Hello guys, today is my first video of 2025 and I decided to do something else because maybe vlogs is boring right now for you, and for some people they don't even subscribe me or not even watching because they don't even know me. So I just decided to introduce myself and to tell my story, how I ended up here, and literally how I lived. That's the topic, how I lived when I was 14 in different country with different language for me without my parents. So grab a tea, grab a coffee, juice, water, whatever you want, and let's just start. So my story begins with the new year of 2022 when it was only me and my dad and my cat Tina. We celebrated a new year without my mom, only because she worked in England back then, and she couldn't leave the country, so she just stayed in England, and we were in a video call together, spending time and greeting a new year. So I just wanted to spend the time with my friends, with my dad, with my mom and Nicole. It was pretty good life, to be fair, until one moment. So 23rd of February 2022, me and my friends, as always, went to the store. So we had next to the school we had two stores. It's for example Asda and Tesco, yeah, for here we had Passad and Atabe. So obviously what teenagers could buy in the store, obviously crisps, energy drinks, something else, something sweet, that was literally what I ate my entire teenage life. And we spent time, we had fun, we laughed a lot, and that was the last time when I saw my friends in real life. It was only one time that me and my friend Karina didn't hug, and that was the last time we saw each other. We just said to each other goodbye and went home. I was in a rush because as I went home, I started to learn a poem for tomorrow's lesson for literature. I loved poems, I loved learning them, I was so intrigued, but I don't know, something happened. I just I couldn't learn it. I couldn't be asked, probably. I don't know what happened to me, but I just I couldn't. I tried so hard because I fell asleep at 1 a.m. trying still, but I just couldn't. So I just gave up, and I thought that I can just read the poem from my desk on the tomorrow's lesson. But tomorrow's lesson never even began, it never happened. So my dad woke me up at 3 a.m. by saying, wake up, don't be scared. And I was like, what happened, Dad? What's wrong? And he said something wrong outside. I was like, what? I slept only for 2 hours. I couldn't understand anything what he said to me, but I still remembered the clear picture of it, that I looked out from my window and I saw a fire on the factory. So the factory was really, really far away from our apartment, but it was still, I could still see it through my window, and it was on fire. And we were like, that's wrong. I don't know what happened, but it's wrong. Maybe something wrong in the factory, something blew out. I don't know. I don't understand the factory thing. So I just told him that go back to sleep, it's alright. And obviously I went back to sleep as well because I needed to go to school. At 6:20, that was the scariest moment in my life. That was the time that I can actually remember very, very clearly. I was sleeping as normally. Obviously it was late for school because I'm always waking up at 5:30, but this time it was 5:30. I woke up not because of the alarm, I woke up because of the bomb which was outside of our house. I jumped out from the bed as quick as possible because when that bomb ended up somewhere on the street, my room, literally everything in my room was shaking. My bed was shaking, I was shaking because I got scared. I didn't understand what it was. And when I went to the kitchen, my dad was already awake. And when I went to the kitchen, and my dad told me that, I'm sorry to tell you, but the war started. And you know, for this 2 months that I lived in Ukraine during the war, I couldn't even believe in this. So you can guess, my first question to my dad when he told me that, I didn't say anything like, oh my god, no way, like war started, and I start crying. No. I asked, can I wash my hair? And I truly believed that I can still go to school, I can still see my friends, and you know, everything is fine. Like, what the fuck, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? So yeah, and I went to the bathroom. I somehow washed my hair. The water was really, really cold. It wasn't like, there wasn't any hot water. And it was not much water as well. It was like literally a couple of drops. So I don't know even how I washed my hair. It was really horrible. And I texted after that, I texted my friend, Karina, by asking, are you gonna take the volleyball to school today? Because as I said that you're gonna teach me to play volleyball on the PE lesson. She was like, what the fuck, are you okay? Like, May, it's war outside, like, what are you talking about? We're not going to school. And I was like, bitch, stop lying to me. Like, what are you talking about? No, we can go to school, mate. Chill out. But obviously we couldn't, because me and my dad turned on the TV, and our president said that, I don't know how to say this in English, but it's военное положение, and that's it. That's how my life changed completely, literally of a snap. As I said, I couldn't believe in all of this. And I remember that after the speech of our president, my mom called us. At that time she had 5 a.m. That's when she woke up. At that time we had like 7 something. And I remember she was crying so much, by saying that like, she's gonna come back to Ukraine. And we were telling her, no, please don't do this, because it's really dangerous in the country. You're in a safe place, so like just stay there and we can work out something else. So in these 2 months, what me and my dad ate was just a bread, a butter, and some really, really cheap sausages, you know. We didn't even drink anything hot, we didn't eat anything else because we didn't have electricity. We didn't have water, so we didn't shower. We didn't have all of these things that everyone should have, you know. And it was kind of like really, really hard to keep up with, because, you know, 14 years living normally, and now you have to live like I don't know. So we decided with my family that is not a good idea to stay in Ukraine and just live like this, especially like for me. That's what my parents said to me, even though I wanted to stay so badly because of all my friends, because they're still in Ukraine. No one went to other countries, and I kind of feel really, really guilty about this. And they're like, I got alive, and I don't know, they probably do right now, but they're still keeping up with this because they still were in Ukraine. It didn't stop. Morning, we didn't have electricity, we didn't have a phone. We just went to the train station. I remember when I drove to there with the taxi. I don't even know how the taxi worked in that time, but while I was driving to the train station, I saw the whole center of Kharkiv was bombed. Every building that, for example, I hang out with my friends in the summertime, everything is crashed. There's no windows anywhere, nothing in there. There's no people outside. It's literally like a zombie apocalypse was in the city. And I was just like looking at this, and I started crying so badly that it's like the last time I would see my city like this, in not the best vision of it. So yeah, that's how I remember my city. Crashed and bombed. We went to the west of Ukraine, where we already prepared that like my mom would take me to Poland, and because my dad couldn't leave the country because he's a man and he needed to fight, he couldn't go with us. So when we went to the west of Ukraine, the city called Uzhgorod, that's when we came 17th of March. We stayed there for a whole night, literally whole night. It was so freezing, I remember. As probably I will have some videos, if not, I'm sorry. Me and my dad hugged each other because it was so cold, so we needed to warm ourselves up. And we were waiting for my mom because she had a problem with, as well with the board and everything, because lots of people wanted to go out from Ukraine. There was like tons of people on the train station, everywhere on the board, because everyone wanted to leave the country and stay safe, you know, obviously. 18th of March, I saw my mom after, so she went in December to England, so after 4 months I saw her, and I hugged her so much, and like my dad hugged us as well, so we hugged each other. Sorry. Needed to take our things and go because we didn't have enough time. We needed, like, you know, to stay in a queue. We needed like to prepare ourselves to already go to the board, and we needed to sit to the car to go to the destination where we needed, like, to, you know, take our passport, like show everything, you know. And when we sat in the car before them, oh god, can't speak, we hugged our dad, my dad, and yeah, tried so hard not to cry as much because I didn't want my dad to, like, you know, feel really sad about it, and I didn't want it to show that, you know, we would still see each other, so, you know, don't cry as much because everything's gonna work out, you know. Nothing is gonna change, just literally for a couple of months, maybe for a couple of weeks, who knows, maybe everything would finish. So I didn't want to show that, like, everything is gonna end up here. I didn't want that, so I just stayed really strong for my dad. But I remember when we sat to our car and my dad was like outside waving to us, I saw his tears. I heard my mom crying next to me. It was so hard, it was painful, and as I said, I wouldn't wish that to anyone, literally anyone. From the Uzhgorod we went to Slovakia, which was the closest country to the board. So we went to Slovakia. After we went by train, we needed to go to the Poland because that's where was my mom's friend's sister lived in Poland, so we have to go there. So from Slovakia we went to Czech Republic, and after we went to Poland. So in one day I visited 3 countries, which was kind of like, you know, wow, I never visit any country. Now I'm just like, I visit 3 countries in one day. That's kind of crazy, isn't it? When we arrived to Poland and when we arrived to Warsaw, that's where my mom's friend's sister already was waiting for us with her husband. Their names is Zofia and Dominic, and their son was Olush, yeah. So they picked us up in the car. We drove to their house, and the first thing I asked them, can I go to the shower, as I didn't shower for 2 months, you know, but I couldn't do anything with this, sorry guys. So obviously they said like, yes, of course, and they did tea for us. They, you know, while I was showering, it felt so good. It was so warm. It was, you know, would not forget this thing as well. I washed my hair finally. The first night was awesome. I slept good, you know. I didn't hear the bombs outside the house. I didn't hear any, like, you know, the sirens or anything. Everything was okay. And after 1 week, my mom needed to go back to her job because she had only like a couple of weeks of break. And that's how I stayed in Poland without my dad or without my mom, with literally some random people in a random country with random language that I didn't even know, you know. And I just lived there for 2 months. They had 2 bedrooms, a kitchen, living room, and a bathroom. I lived in the living room. There was 1 sofa. I have a story for you about this sofa, but it's gonna be a little bit later. So I lived literally on the sofa. I did my homework. I studied in this sofa because I still had online like lessons with my school, because obviously I needed to finish school anyway. So I did lots of homework. I still talked to my friends. I played with them in the computer games. You know, I didn't try to do something like to learn the Polish because I knew that like I'm gonna end up in England. So I didn't try to learn it. I didn't go to their school. I didn't even like hang out, go outside for months. So I just stayed in this living room doing nothing. And I kind of feel sorry about that because I didn't help Zofia as much I should have, but I was 13, you know, what you can tell me. I didn't have that much power to try to help someone because I needed to help myself first with all of the stuff that literally just like splashed on me. But I decided, because the visa didn't work for me, I don't know what happened, but I had to wait for a really long time for my English visa. And I decided to, you know, start to live. So as they had a dog, her name is Roxy. I don't know what's actually is going on with her right now. I kind of miss her because I always wanted a dog for myself. Never had one, but because they had a dog and they didn't like walk with her as much or like be with her, play with her, so I decided to like to help her, you know, to feel this warmth from someone. So I literally walked out with her every day for 12 hours. I could have just like stayed outside. When it's cold, when it's hot, it doesn't really matter. I just, you know, I thought it's a really good idea to just like be outside and with a dog, with the, you know, fresh air and everything, to just like keep up with everything what's going on right now, and just like to start to think about what's gonna be next. Anyway, it was great. The family was really nice to me. They helped me a lot, obviously, because, you know, not everyone would take some random teenager to their house, especially like not even Polish, like Ukrainian. Like, how to talk to her? We don't know how to even talk to her because she doesn't know Polish. So the 2 months was actually not that bad. I spent my 1 month to just like stay at home, and after another month I just like started to look at the city because it was actually kind of awesome. I liked all the views that I had a park. I'm gonna show you some pictures here with me and Roxy. We hang out with her really a lot a lot. So yeah, I knew lots of places in Poland. And when my mom came back after 2 months, she came back to me for a week to like just to know that I'm alright, you know, and everything, and just to wait for a visa, because we thought that it's gonna be a good time to get my visa for England so I can live with her there. During this week I showed my mom the places that I went to. I showed my mom everything, like what I knew, and I kind of like learned some of the words in Polish. I know even some words right now. I can understand, but I can't speak on it, or I can't write on it. During this week when my mom was like with me, we went to another country, which was Lithuania. We went there literally for a couple of days to her another friend, because my mom decided that it's a good idea to just like change a little bit the perspectives of the view of my life, like to show me something else and like to distract me with the things that wasn't kind of good. So we went there. It was pretty awesome because I actually like Lithuania, but still not that good as my city Kharkiv. If you would actually like know people who didn't live in Ukraine from the other countries, if you'd actually know that how Kharkiv is so pretty, you wouldn't even believe me. But you just have to trust me, because that's the most beautiful city in the world. So after when we came back from Lithuania, our phones was dead, and we were waiting for Zofia and Dominic to come back because they went somewhere as well, to their parents or something. So we waited for them to come back on the bench. We were waiting for them for like a couple of hours, maybe like 2-3 hours. And after when we went home, we charged our phones, and guess what? My mom got email for us both that we got visas and I can go to England. We were so happy. I was literally crying because I thought, you know, England, the best country for everything. It's like the best version of me gonna start here and now. So I literally packed my things on the first day where like we found out about the visa, but as my mom bought the tickets after like 2 or like 3 days, so we had to wait. So we decided to like, you know, to do something good for us. So we decided to do a hairstyle. We found a Ukrainian girl in Poland, because we don't trust other people, other nationalities especially. Only Ukrainians can do good hair, as you can tell. Joking. My mom looked on the phone. We were on the bus back then. My mom looked at the phone and she was like, "What's the date today?" And I was like, "I don't remember," but I said to her, she was like, "Oh my god, we forgot about our plane. Our plane is already landed in England." And I was like, nah, no way. So we literally forgot about the plane what we had today, and we literally just went to do our hair, which is kind of, but you know, we're ladies, okay? We had to look good. We had to look good. So my mom needed to buy another ticket, which is like the first one. She spent $100 on it. No good. So my mom, after bought the tickets, actually kind of lower price than which it was before. So we went, I don't remember what day, it was the 28th of May 2022, and we landed in London airport Gatwick. It was my first time on the plane. Yeah, it was my first time on the plane. I wasn't even scared. I really wanted it so badly that like, I'm not scared, guys. We went from London, we went to Cambridge, because that's where my mom was working on a farm. And we lived there for a week, maybe even less probably. I explored Cambridge with my mom as well. We went to the city, I saw the university, and I told myself that I'm gonna go there. No, I'm not. I'm going to NYU probably, university. So I'm gonna go even further because I want to be a film director soon. So, you know, guys, we have to find something really good for me. And that's how I ended up in England. After a couple of days, I went by car with my mum, and that's how I met Claire and Barry and Tylo. That's the people who helped us most during that year, another year, and from 2022 to 2025, they're still helping us, they still love us, and they think that we're their family. And we're very, very grateful for them, that we have them. Because if not them, we probably wouldn't be able to live here right now and just like enjoy our lives. So yeah. So I hope you enjoyed the video, what I did for you guys. I know it's not that good as like, for example, a vlog video, but I just wanted like you to know me much more than, for example, just from vlogs, or just like from perspective of a blogger or something. I just wanted to introduce myself. So let me know please if you wanna more story time with me. I hope you really enjoyed it, because I don't know, maybe my voice is annoying for you guys, but anyways, please let me know in the comments. Like and please subscribe me. Thank you for watching me, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.